Hey Reapers, Outlaw Curtis here, coming to you with this month's Under the Hood. Sam, here's your video I've been promising you. I'm going to grab my trusty phone here, sitting here at Reaper's headquarters as always. To my right, Darth Vader. To my left, the computer and Reaper headquarters, as I mentioned. I've got my questions right here on my brand new phone, so we're going to do this Under the Hood. I don't know why anybody wants to know anything about me or has any questions for me, but hey, you're welcome to. I'm always here to answer questions. Speaking of answering questions, one thing we're going to be doing hopefully in the future is having a Twitch broadcast where on a weekly basis, maybe every Thursday night at 7 or something like that, I'll play a random game with some Reapers and you guys can ask questions and I'll address those questions. We'll address those questions just to make sure that everybody knows that we're always there to answer any questions you have, concerns you have, and all that kind of good stuff. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get this started here. So, our first question is, and there's a lot of questions here, so I'm just going to blow through some of these really quickly. C. Zook would like to know, how many Reapers have you met in real life and who are they? Well, the first Reaper I ever met in real life was Spulk77. If you guys don't know him, his name is Cliff. He's a great guy. I met him playing Battlefield Bad Company 2 originally. He joined the Reapers and has been a great member ever since. He was down here with his wife on some convention or something a few years ago, and we met and had a drink and hung out and talked a while, so that was really cool. I've met Spulk77, Tex Clayton, that was awesome, Miggs, who lives in Dallas, which is great, Daddy J44, a Assassin's Creed player that's a really good guy that I met in person, that I met on several occasions here because he lives locally. Other than that, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else, but it's not jumping to the top of my mind. So if I forget somebody, I apologize. But basically four or five Reapers that I met in person. But I do have plans to go on like a transcontinental Reaper road trip, try to hit Canada if Canada still exists in a couple of years. Going from West Coast to East Coast, maybe even going to the UK. So I think that'd be fun, meeting a bunch of Reapers all over the world. So anyway, that's how many I've met. I know asking one of your favorite games is tough, but what's your favorite game? My favorite game series of all time, without question, this is the first thing I think of when people ask me this question, is Disgaea. D-I-S-G-A-E-A. If you don't know what that series is, it's similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a strategy RPG, a Japanese strategy RPG. It's an amazingly addictive series. I love it. Very deep combat, very good RPG elements, and loot as well. Disgaea 5 comes out this year on PS4 2015, and that will be one of the games that I get just day one. So the Disgaea series is my favorite. I love Borderlands, of course. Demon's Souls is one of my all-time favorites. Call of Duty Zombies, a lot of people know how I feel about that. What games are you currently playing? I am currently playing Destiny a lot, which is a lot of fun with Reapers especially. DC Universe, getting back into that. Grand Theft Auto, Little Big Planet 3, some Diablo 3. So several different things that I've been playing lately. What games do you intend to play next? I've got Dragon Age just sitting there that I've got to play. Coming up in 2015, there's a lot of great things coming out. No Man's Sky, Uncharted 4, Dark Souls is coming to PS4, getting a reboot, which is great. Dark Souls 2. So there's a lot of good games coming out. Star Wars Battlefront when that comes out. PlanetSide 2. So there's really a lot of great games coming out that I'm looking forward to, and that's kind of the thing. I love all games. I love all different genres of games, RPGs, first-person shooters, action games, strategy games, platformers. I love all of them, so that's why you'll see me go on a bunch of different games on a pretty regular basis. You live in Texas, and why? I live in Texas because I was born and raised here, thankfully. I love Texas. It's great. I was born in Irving, in the shadow of Texas Stadium, the old Texas Stadium, which is great. I've grown up a Cowboys fan and stuff my whole life. So anyway, that's why I live in Texas. I love other places. I've been to a lot of other states, been to a couple other countries. But yeah, I love Texas, and that's why I live here. It's a great place to live and raise a family. Which drink do you like best? Sprite, Squirt, or Fresca? I am definitely a Sprite or 7-Up guy. First of all, I've never drank Squirt because it's got a disgusting name, and I'm not drinking anything named Squirt. Other than that, Fresca, I know it goes in a lot of drinks. I've never had a Fresca before. I think it's just a carbonated beverage, but I don't even really know, frankly, because I've never drank it. So I don't know what it tastes like. Have you ever been to another country? If so, what country did you like most? I've been to Canada. I've been to Mexico. I love Brazil. I've been to South America when I was in college. I went to Brazil. I love Brazil. I want to take my girls back there someday. So I love Cancun, of course, in Mexico when we went on vacation. Merlin asks, if you had to pick one Reaper that is no longer a part of the group that you could have back if the Reapers, have back in the Reapers or kick in the nuts, who would it be? All right, everybody knows I'm not an internet nut kicker. I'm not going to get on here and talk badly about anybody that's ever left the Reapers before. I do miss a lot of Reapers and people that have been Reapers in the past. Tremador was a guy that a lot of you probably don't know. Maybe Lord Warner remembers him. Early day Reaper, his name was Seth. He played with us a lot, Borderlands and other games. Then he stopped gaming on PS3 and went to PC gaming. So I miss that dude. Wonder every once in a while where he's at. I miss some guys, Red Bull, I miss that dude, Mr. Lee Stevens, Cerebral Slayer, Lance. A lot of guys that have been in the Reapers before that I miss. I always wonder what they're doing. Some of them are on my friends list, some of them aren't. But Rock 918 was an amazing Reaper, DCO team leader. Wonder whatever happened to that dude. You know, so anyway, so there's a lot of these guys that I miss, and definitely hope they're all doing well and stuff. Alloy asks if you could bring back one famous person from history and put a PlayStation controller in their hands, who would it be and what game would you give them and why? This is an amazing question, Alloy. Thank you so much for asking this. I really don't know. Jesus would be great. You know, maybe play some Call of Duty PvP with him or something, you know, and of course how would he feel about murdering people, but he could bring them back to life, so maybe that's a quandary. But anyway, so yeah, that'd probably be what I'd say. Maybe even I don't know, I like strategy RPGs. I'm kind of thinking on my feet here. Maybe if I got to play a game of Disgaea with like Hannibal or Napoleon or one of these really famous military strategists, that'd be kind of cool. So I don't know, something like that. Snapshot asks if you had the power to have a game created, what would it be and why? A really good Star Wars game for consoles. I know that Battlefront's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's a good Star Wars game. We just don't have a lot of good Star Wars games on consoles, unfortunately. I would love that. Number one, Chris asks, what would you do if you could be invisible for an entire day? I have no idea. Maybe loitering around, listening to people talk about you. That'd be kind of cool, hearing what people say behind your back. What games are you looking forward to and why? I mentioned earlier, there are some... I really am looking forward to Uncharted 4. That's going to be amazing on PS4. Dark Souls 2, Disgaea 5, I already mentioned. There's a lot of games coming out. No Man's Sky, some other things that are coming out that look really, really good. I'm just kind of in a wait-and-see pattern with some of that. I want to make sure that these games are good, that they're working right, that they are in beta long enough. So we'll see what happens, but those are some I'm looking forward to. Do you own any old gaming systems? Right now I don't. I do own the greatest gaming system in the world, though, courtesy of some Reapers. Destiny PS4 bundle. What's up? So anyway, that's the one I own right now. Any favorite gaming snacks? I'm a chocolate guy. If I'm ever snacking on anything, it's probably going to be chocolate. In a fight between Sackboy and Kratos, who would win? This is just a phenomenal question, whoever came up with this. Sackboy's got a lot of weapons, the Paintinator and stuff like that, but I feel like Kratos probably has the edge in that one. If you could live inside a video game, which one would it be and why? Probably Little Big Planet 3. The artist in me loves the creativity of Little Big Planet 3. Some people have done some amazing things with that game, so that's definitely one I love. Once the zombie apocalypse happens, what skills have you learned from video games that will help you survive? Well, this is a very important question to all of us because the zombie apocalypse is happening, and I've been training for it for years. As everybody knows, I am the Call of Duty Zombies master, and being such, I've learned how to find perk machines. I've learned how to find the mystery box, which I got a mystery box for Christmas for my brother, which was awesome for those of you who saw the pics of that. I've learned how to get a train of zombies behind me and pop their heads off all at the same time. So very, very important skills in the zombie apocalypse. Anyone that wants to come down to Texas and hole up with me and my family and my brother and his family and my brother-in-law, we got guns, we're ready to go. So just keep that in mind. You guys are welcome. If you could rewrite an ending to a video game, what game and ending would it be? I don't know. Maybe the popular one would be Mass Effect 3. That one kind of got hosed by a lot of critics for the ending. I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe I'd rewrite the ending to that. That would kind of be the first one that comes to my mind as far as really endings that maybe disappointed you or left you hanging. What's your favorite kill style? I mean, is even a question. The headshot. I mean, popping a zombie's head off, that's about as good as it gets. What video game do you ever want to see made into a movie? I think the Uncharted series would be a phenomenal video game turned into a movie. Assassin's Creed, which is rumored to be in the works, that would be great too. Let's see. Which game needs a reboot? None. I'm not a believer in reboots. What do you like to do outside of gaming? I'm an artist, so painting and drawing. Outside, pretty much outside stuff. Biking, running, working out, sports. I love playing all sports. Spending time with the family, it's important to me. So a lot of different stuff. I have a lot of interests. Reading, I read a lot. What's your favorite quote? I have a lot of favorite quotes. A couple of biblical things are really good quotes that I use sometimes that I like. The Godfather is always something I quote a lot. Star Wars is always something I quote a lot. Hard to nail down one, but several of those places are good sources of quotes for me. I don't have any pets. I don't have a favorite curse word, even though sometimes some Reapers maybe bring it out of me, or some of these video games do. Have you ever met anyone famous? I have met a lot of famous people, most of them athletes or other entertainment kind of people, because I've worked for different sports teams before. Hard to nail down one. I've met several, so yeah, I have met some celebrities. It's kind of cool, seeing Michael Jordan up close and shaking hands with some of the boyhood idols I had growing up, like Roger Staubach and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. What's your favorite? Which is your favorite hand, left or right? It's funny, I'm actually bidextrous, which means I do some things with my left hand, some things with my right hand. I paint and draw right with my right hand, but I shoot a basketball, throw a football, everything with my left hand. So I'd have to say my right hand, just by a slim margin there. Music I listen to. I listen to all kinds of music, from Metallica to Katy Perry, who I saw in concert. And I like all different kinds of music. As long as it's not country, no country at all. That's the bad thing about living in Texas. Too much country music flying around here. Coffee or tea? Well, I like coffee a lot. I love like sweet iced tea. So I'm from the South, so I love iced tea. Hot chocolate is not an option, although I do have a Star Wars hot chocolate mug set sitting right here, as well as Star Wars hot chocolate. So, there you go. What kind of work do you do? I work for the Dallas Cowboys and Legends, which is a subsidiary at the stadium, AT&T Stadium. I work for tour operations and do some other stuff for the team. So that's what I do. It's a fun job. I'm a Cowboys fan, so it's been a lifelong dream to be with the Cowboys. So it's been really fun so far. I've been there several months now, and I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully I'll be there a long time. So that is what I do. Okay, let me pull this back up on my brand new phone that I'm still learning how to navigate. Okay. Favorite snacks? There's a couple I missed here. What do I think of Star Wars? I think we all know what I think of Star Wars. Darth Vader's over here, got my back. I've got Star Wars hot cocoa. That's kind of an upset. I mean, who doesn't have a Darth Vader Halloween goblet? Everybody has one, right? So that's kind of how I feel about Star Wars. Are you part of the Illuminati from Cool Bro? Yes and no. Maybe. I'm not going to answer that. Can't answer that question. Blah, 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 blah. yada yada yada. I have lots of game related swag. This is something I'm pretty proud of. This is my Borderlands Gearbox Community Aid Press Pass when I went as a member of the press a couple years ago to that in Dallas. Got to play Borderlands 2 early before it premiered. Okay, let's get to the bottom here. Top 5 movies. Star Wars movies are up there. Godfather movies are up there. Those are all great. Those are probably all my favorite movies. Top 5 TV shows. Seinfeld is my favorite show of all time. I have every Seinfeld episode pretty much memorized and I quote it a lot. The Walking Dead is amazing. I'm a big Walking Dead guy. There's several others. Can't think of off the top of my head, but that's a good start. Do I know any unusual facts? I know a lot of unusual facts, and I can prove that because I am one of the only people you're ever going to meet that's undefeated in Trivial Pursuit. I've never lost a Trivial Pursuit game. It's because I remember stuff from history. I read a lot. History, all kinds of stuff. Economics, all different kinds of government stuff. So I always remember those things. So I know so many unusual and quite possibly useless facts that I can't even pick one out now. But anyway, if you could dominate the world with a fellow Reaper, who would you like it to be? I don't know, Sam would be a good choice. Maybe Spook. Spook would be a good choice. Charm. Yeah, there's several good that we could rule the world together that I think we'd really be great benevolent leaders. Let's see. What did you want to do when you grew up? When I was a kid, I want to be an astronaut. I wrote to NASA a lot. Back then, we didn't have the internet. They sent me pictures, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I wrote and said what a big fan I was of the space program. When and why did you join the Reapers? Well, March 10th of this year, we're going to be celebrating our 5-year birthday anniversary, and I'll be talking more about that later at another time. But I basically just posted a thread. I didn't intend to start the Reapers. I didn't think this was going to turn into anything. I was just looking for a few friends to run Cromarax with and play some Borderlands with. And it's just been a really amazing experience to go from me and Lord Warner and the Dro and some of these other guys, Drumlines and V.A. Wahoo and some of these Tremidor and some of these early guys, to the hundreds of Reapers we have now all over the world. It's just been really gratifying, and it's been a great experience for me, and I've made so many great friends and had so much fun and so many laughs, and that was how I was exposed to the Reapers, was making that post and then seeing, hey, we may have something special here, let's see where this goes, and it's gone crazy. So some people have tried to destroy it, like Sam and Ash, they try to destroy it on a daily basis, but we just try to keep plugging along and keep them from, basically burning the whole place down. So anyway, it's been great. Let's see. Recount a fun MP moment with the Reapers. The old farming Cromarax days, getting Pearl weapons and sharing weapons back then was really all what the Reapers are about. We'd farm Cromarax and then a great Pearl would drop and there'd be a guy that was playing Lilith and it'd be a SMG or something. We'd be like, go ahead and take it. You can have it. I'll take, if a shotgun falls, I'll get a Pearl shotgun. And that's what the Reapers are all about, man. It's not about just you having fun. It's more fun when you have fun with other people. That's the bottom line. And that's where the selflessness comes in, and just wanting to be part of a group, wanting to be part of a team, and not doing it solo, not doing it just for you. And that's the fun moments I have. Battlefield Bad Company 2, man, we had some really fun times in that game with Spalk and Tex and Starved Garden and Lord Warner and Dro and all these guys. We had some fun times in those games. Tell us a fact about yourself that you've never shared with Reapers. I think I've shared this with one Reaper, but it's not something that I have always tried to help people out. I went through some tough times when I was a kid, when I was younger in my earlier life, and some people counseled me, and now that I'm older, I try to do the same thing, not just within the Reapers, but outside the Reapers at my church and other things. So I try to do that a lot. I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I have gone through some things in my life that sometimes relate to other people. And if they do and it can help somebody else, then I'm really excited about it. So if anybody ever needs to talk to me about anything, people have talked to me in the Reapers about everything, including video games and outside of video games. So people know that they can talk to me, and I'll always do whatever I can to help or give any advice that I might have. So what Reaper would you like to get to know better, and why? You know, this is a good one. I've gotten to know some Reapers really well. Some Reapers I'd like to get to know outside of the Reapers, and just like in everyday kind of situation. I think Bob out in California, I'd love to get to know him better, hang out with him, have a beer with him, whatever. You know, there's several people. Spook, I'd love to get to know him better, hang out with him more. You know, Ash and Sam, Borderline, I think she seems like she'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. I'd like to get to know her better. There's a lot of people. It's hard to even narrow it down to one or two, but so anyway, that's my Under the Hood for this month. I hope this gave you a little glimpse into who I am and what I'm about. I know it's hard in a few minutes of a video, but anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I've got some other videos coming out the next few days, so keep an eye on the website. I've got some other things that I want to talk to everybody about, so hopefully you've enjoyed this, and you know, stay classy, Reapers.